Hello everybody, SirMonkeySuit here, back again. It's Saturday, so it's my hero time. Okay, well, shit is royally kicking off now because All For One is actually making moves. It's taken a long time for it to get to this point, and it's about to go crazy. The title is Symbol of Peace. So, I was not expecting, like, I mean, I don't know if All Might is going to meet with All For One this episode, but fucking hell, like, that's quick. That's very quick. God, like, I don't know if I'm ready for it. Because, like, there are certain fights throughout, like, this series that, you know, people amp up, for obvious reason. You know, obviously you've got the one from Season 1, Episode 12 with All Might and Nomu. Season 2, you've got, you know, Deku and Todoroki. And then you've got the whole fight against Stain. And then in this one, in this season, we had Deku versus Muscular. And, I mean, if they keep going, you know, he had one epic fight in Season 1. He had two epic fights in... I mean, well, technically, he could... Okay, there were a number of fights he could really count as epic. But I was essentially, like, you know... the main, like, the important fights. Obviously, one in Season 1, the two that were in Season 2. I'm going to get 3 epic fights in this one, in this season. With All Might versus All For One being one. Oh, God. The question is it going to... Because if that fight's going to happen, it's not going to, like, begin and end in one episode, surely. So... I don't know, if I had to guess this one, Symbol of Peace, the fight might start this episode, like maybe halfway through, and then like last for like another 2 episodes maybe, because it is a big fight. So yeah, last episode obviously, like, you know, Batago was still captured. We had the pizza breach, as I'm going to call it. On the bar, and that you know, pretty much all of the villains were apprehended, right? Now I don't know. I guess that because the Nomu's got like transported there with some quirk, I'm not sure what it is. It's obviously like it's almost like a teleportation, like that, like a warp, like that warp guy's quirk, but it's different. But there's no moves obviously causing havoc there, which could give time for people, like, for the villains to escape and do shit. Like, I don't imagine Shigaraki's gonna get captured. Kurogiri's out, like, he's out cold. Dabi's also out cold, so like, I don't know, the rest of them could get away. So we'll have to see. Batago got captured again. Like, we don't know where he's gone now. Yeah. So, yeah, it's about to kick off royally. Last episode, like I mentioned, like, did Kirishima like steal that thing? Because I just by the way that he said it, like, it made me think. But like, no, it's because I guess in the dub they mentioned, like, what was it? How much was it? Like $50,000 or something. Like, they mentioned that. I think that was the exact quote. When in reality it's supposed to be 50,000 yen, right? Which is like nowhere near as much. But the idea is that, like, you know, Kirishima's, like, you know, money isn't an issue when it comes to his friends. So obviously he bought that, you know what I mean, so that it would help him save Batago. Yeah, we've got Shigaraki's, like, true name, which is Tenko Shimura. So, yeah, like, obviously he's had his name changed by All For One. I still think that All For One killed his parents. You know what I mean, and used it as a way to get Shigaraki like on board, like, you know, thinking it was like, oh yeah, it was the hero's fault because they didn't turn up and save. You know what I mean, all that shit. So yeah, and All For One fucking. I don't know what kind of quirk it was. I think the visuals look like red lighting or whatever, but it skirted across like Best Jeanist's like thread and it like hit him full on. Oh yeah, and also I didn't pick up when I originally watched it that the like when people were lying on the ground, I didn't realize it was actually a hallucination from Deku. Right, it was like him seeing like. Him and his crew there, like, all dead. So we don't know then if, like, Best Jeanist and all that made it out. But he got the fucking full brunt of whatever attack it was. So, we don't know. But, that is all I need to talk about. So let's just get straight into it then, shall we? Let's go. Oh no, he's teleporting all the way, all the villains!
You won't escape, Shigaraki!
That's how he's getting them away.
No! I'm so sorry!
This wasn't your fault. None of us were able to do anything. Kurogiri's quirk opens up warp gates that allow anyone to pass through, but this was targeting specific people.
Oh my! Oklahoma!
Oh shit, I haven't seen that one before. It's like a fucking... It's like a tornado. Remind me of Bakugo's thing that he did in the sports festival.
This is putting a lot of stress on my power. Endeavor!
A lot of stress on his power.
Are you keeping up? Does it look like I'm having any trouble? Worry about your own responsibilities, you fool. I'll leave you to it.
Similar piece. Fucking Christ. Well, they're not dead.
I see why you're the number 4 hero, Best Jeanist. That blast should
Five
have
on us.
annihilated the lot of you. But you were able to manipulate everyone's clothing and pull them out of the way just
Nice.
in time.
It's him. It wasn't supposed to go like this. But that doesn't matter. A true hero doesn't believe in excuses!
I like how he used the fiber to lift himself up. Oh shit!
Now I see. Your strength comes from practice and practical experience, not raw power. I don't need your quirk. It wouldn't pair well with Tomura's disposition.
Damn it! The hell?
Oh, Bakugo's there.
John!
Oh, don't take his fucking quirk, I swear to God.
Bakugo.
That was so gross! This black stuff reeks! I love it! Master...
So, you failed once more, Tomura. Start over as many times as it takes. I am here to provide you with help.
That's a big hand.
All of this is for you.
I can't freak out now. I have to remember why I'm here. Because my body couldn't move back then, and I let the villains take him. Being scared is no excuse. He's right there in front of me. I need a plan. I need to find a way to reach out to him. If I can't do that, then this was all for nothing.
Well, I don't know what this is.
I will
I have to
protect you.
focus.
I have to think. We have to get away.
Interesting. Interesting. I like how those two had that.
There you are.
Oh my. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's happening.
I'll have you return my student. All for one.
Have you come to kill me a second time, All Might?
Oh my god. Oh, Jesus, this is...
No, there's too many of them.
It's only 5 kilometers from the bar to here, and yet it was at least 30 seconds after I sent the Nomu that you arrived.
30 seconds?
You've
That's
gotten weaker.
Jesus.
You're one to talk. It's kind of difficult to ignore that fancy life support mask you've got on.
He held All Might back with his bare hands. This guy must be the boss villain.
I won't repeat the mistake I made 5 years ago. You hear me? And I will make certain you're locked up for the rest of your sad life. Right along with your despicable League of Villains!
Oh my
Sounds
God,
like you've
man.
got your work cut out for you. This will be hard for us both.
So that attack's like an air pressure thing? It's similar to All Might's then.
Air cannon plus spring-like limbs, kinetic booster times 4, strength enhancer times 3.
Are these all these quirks
What
that
a
he's using?
delightful combination. Maybe a few more enhancers next time.
All Might!
Don't you worry. It'll take more than that to kill him.
No shit.
Get off the battlefield, Tomura. Forcible quirk activation. Leave
What?
this place. What about you?
Of mine!
Master.
Oh,
Let's go, Shigaraki.
is this when
gonna be fun.
Deku's...
Bakugo, don't!
Is Deku gonna jump out here? Oh my God.
Wait. All for One is in the way, so we can't get to Kachan. They've got him surrounded, so he can't escape by himself. These guys know I'm screwed. It's 6 against 1, and they're willing to drag me out of here by force this time. Can't let the magician lay a
Oh,
finger on
fuck.
me.
I'm coming for you!
I don't think so. Because I am here.
Oh, wow. Because I am here.
All Might
He
and Kachan
straight
are
up
completely
mocked him.
stuck. But we can't let our emotions get the best of us.
If you know that you're breaking the rules, then you're acting like villains, not heroes.
Why did it have to be you two of all people?
It's no use. As heroes in training, we're not allowed to fight.
There's more important things than the law, man. Just...
There's an opening. An instant. We might have a chance to swoop in and grab Kachan. But how? Nothing seems like it'll work. Yes. Ito, listen.
You can't fight. I won't let you.
No, I think there's another way. The thing is, it's all going to depend on him. Stick back.
He has to let them get him.
Just don't know you guys.
So he has to let
About
them
what
rescue
Kachan
him.
would want. We just make everything worse, I'm afraid.
If I did the plan myself, I don't think it would work.
Yeah, because he doesn't want...
So, Kirishima, you're the key to this.
Oh
plan's
my God!
success. Here's what I'm
Oh,
thinking.
man, fucking hit my heartstrings. Oh,
Are
I
you
love the
holding
friendship.
back against me? Trying to keep the boy from being blown away?
Bakugo.
It'll be hard for All Might to kick his ass as long as I'm here. Damn it!
Are you out of your mind?
Kachan will have realized the situation that All Might's in. He's staying on the defensive with his enemies, keeping his distance. That's good for us. We have to move when he's got some space between him and the villains.
Oh, for fuck's sake, man. I'm seeing the end of the episode.
This is what we do. First, we'll propel ourselves using my quirk, combined with Ida's Recipro.
Oh my God. This is incredible.
Break through the wall.
This is incredible.
We've cleared it. Todoroki will make a huge slab of ice for us. As high as he possibly can. The villains haven't noticed us yet. Up until now, they've been able to outmaneuver us. And we'll cross the battlefield at a height that they'll never hope to reach.
Call off a back go.
Right. The last part's up to you, Kirishima. It's no good if I do it. Ever since school started, you've built a solid relationship with Kachan as equals.
Oh my God.
If his friend calls to him,
Oh yes.
he'll listen.
Oh my God. Oh. Oh, this is incredible. This is just the best. Oh my god, bros.
You idiots! What? Seriously? You kids?
You two, come here.
Magna. Quirk, magnetism. Men become South Poles and women become North Poles. He can't make himself a magnet, though.
Interesting.
Ready?
Whoa, Mount Lady!
Wow.
The rescue's priority.
No, that
Go
pretty
help
face.
them kids.
Come on, you two.
Yes, Gran Torino.
So you saw the kid, right? He's turning out to be more and more like you every day.
Yeah, Gran Torino is not going to like this.
After his experience in Hosu, I didn't think he'd come to the battlefield. Damn teenagers.
Shimura's friend, huh?
Help. But now, I don't have to pull any punches against you.
The fucking...
You're finished.
Oh, you
Still
fuck.
left over here.
Turn the tables of this fight with a single move. Forcible quirk activation. Magnetism.
You are dust.
Hey, watch out, you guys! You're coming at me too fast!
Don't, Master.
Not so fast.
Your body is too damaged.
No one's come to save you, have they? You've had a hard life.
No, I won't
Oh,
go.
whoa, he's fucking...
In the past, your fist crushed one after another of my comrades. Many were forced into the shadows.
Fucking hell, man.
He stopped the attack himself. You still won't fight me with your full power, huh?
Shut up. Always toying with people, probing their weaknesses. You steal, break them, manipulate and discard them. Who are just trying to lead happy lives.
Oh.
It cannot continue.
Oh.
It's over.
I won't let it.
Oh. God. Oh shit, he's transforming back.
From the person who had one for all before you.
My name's Shimura.
Nana Shimura.
Yeah. Fucking hell, man. Oh, oh my god. Whoa, my god, man. What an episode. What an episode. That was insane. That was fucking nuts. Yeah, Shimura is there's a fucking there's a relation there with Shigaraki there. Fuck. What could that possibly be? Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's like if it's a son or what. Because my thought, wait, obviously my thought was, All For One killed his parents, right, and then took him under his wing. That was my theory. So if that's the case, then Shimura would get like the seventh holder would be a parent. It doesn't have to be though. I guess it could be another thing, but like, I love the like. I love the perspective. Like, you could watch this episode and like have a perspective from different people. Like, if you look at it from All Might's perspective, right? It's all about getting the students out of there. Obviously, specifically Bakugo, because he didn't realize that the fucking that Deku and all that was there. If you look at it from All For One's perspective, he's all about saving his fucking his like his underlings like Shigaraki and stuff. And it's like, it's mad. You can like see it from both perspectives, and I think, you know, while there is no real redeeming factor about All for One, the it's admirable is like his sort of his protection of his like his underlings. It's sort of similar to Overlord in that regard. You know, like how he basically forced them all into the warp gate to get them out of there, right? Because obviously it wasn't never going to be safe with All Might around. But I just love how like you can look at it from two different perspectives and get like a different sort of look at the episode. You know what I mean? Like, it's a different experience depending on which perspective you're looking at it from. And I kind of crisscross between the two. But it's like a yin and yang. Like, you know, obviously with like, I mean, it's obvious when you say it. Well, it's one for all and then it's all for one, right? It's a yin and yang thing, like opposites. But like, you know, it's opposite sides of the like spectrum in like heroes versus villains. But essentially, they were both doing the same thing. They wanted to get their students, underlings, all out of the way, right, to protect them. And I just love it. I love it. Like, it's so great. It's like this episode for me is like one of my favorite episodes. Like, this might be my favorite episode after season 2, episode 24, the Bakugo's origin one. This is like my second favorite episode, I think. That was just so good. Like, I think this episode was so well written. Damn, fucking hell, there was just so much going on. One thing that ended up in mind, Magna, right? The guy who's got the magnetic powers. I love how, like, again, I've mentioned this before, but I love how each quirk isn't just a simple, straightforward, like, quirk, right? There's certain parameters in which the quirk works, so that, like, he can make essentially a magnet from anything. But in terms of like men and women, they both have different. They both like are different pools. I love that. That's great. There's something so like just like, forgive the pun, but quirky about it. Like, I love that. And the fact that he can't magnetize himself. Now, that could just be the fact that, like, he can't magnetize himself because, like, well, it's just himself and whatever. It might just not work that way. But somebody told me, I'm pretty sure someone mentioned the fact that he's transgender, isn't he? Like, as well as Tiger is. So I just find it funny that because he's transgender, like, the pools don't, like, he can't be one pool or the other, so it just negates itself. I love that. It's so funny. It's so stupid, but it's so funny at the same time. I love it. Like Deku's like thought process about how he was trying to save Bakugo. Like, I love like how it was one thought process, like thinking, oh well, this is how we're gonna do it. Like, I have to go like straight for him and retrieve him, right? But then obviously he figures out that like Bakugo, you know what I mean, as smart as he is, and even though you'd understand it, there's no guarantee that, like, Bakugo just wouldn't want that to be the case, you know. He wouldn't want Deku rescuing him, you know, and he figured that out, and obviously it was, I loved it, that whole rescue scene, man, with fucking Kirishima being the one calling out to him, man. It's a bro rescue, man. It was so cool. It was fucking epic. I love that, man. Honestly, like, before it happened, man, I told you, it like hit my heartstrings because I was literally like, I was so fucking overcome with love, You know, it was it was just that friendship, man. That friendship is bomb. It's so great. But yeah, like back to like the visual that he had in his head. Like I loved like the little how like he had it all like mapped out where the villains were, where Batago was, and that like he was like they were mapping out like stuff like it was like fucking Pac-Man or Tron or something. You know what I mean? It kind of reminds us of like the like when Attack on Titan does like the kind of like strategy thing and whatnot, and maps out like the survey core like formations and stuff. I love shit like that. Fucking the all for one, like, because I am here. Like when he pure just took his line and mocked him, I was like, shit. Like it like reminds me of like it reminds me of, I don't watch wrestling, but like it reminds me of that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because when wrestlers would like, best thing I can remember like is like, I don't know, was it like WrestleMania 17? You know what I mean? When like The Rock would use like, for example, like the stunner on Stone Cold and stuff, and it's like the biggest insult you could give, and that's what it reminds me of. Like, you know what I mean? Like the biggest insult you could give him is All for One using the exact line that fucking that All Might uses. I'm just loving it, man. I love it. I love it. Oh my god. Like I get so excited about this show. Like it's fucking ridiculous. The fucking combo quirks that like All for One's using, like, you know what I mean? Like the air pressure thing. I was like, when it come up, I did mention like it's like air pressure, so it's like All Might's quirk, but he used it in conjunction with like a spring, like so he like kind of thingied his arm back like a spring and hit it at the same time. Wind pressure, and there was other things like almost like buffs, like he had like strength like increase and stuff. God, it's insane. The first thing I wrote down was Endeavor, and he says he was like, this is beginning to have stress on my quirk. Like, what does he mean by that? Like, because if that's the case, then he must not be able to go for very long at all. Because literally, I wrote it down like originally because I was like, is there something more to his quirk then that like? That's like, it's a really powerful quirk, but fuck me, he can't he can't do it for long. My thought process, like, it's sort of like is, I don't know, it's interesting because All for One said it's been 30 seconds since I sent the no moves there, right? And I was like, fucking hell, 30 seconds. So essentially, if we say that it took 5 seconds, right? 5 seconds for All Might to jump from where he was to where All for One is, right? If it took 5 seconds, and then like it took, I don't know how like long it took him to get through the you see, the thing is, it's so hard to calculate anime time because this happens all the time, like where like, you know, what in real life would literally happen in an instant can take place over the course of like, I mean, well, sometimes episodes, like if you're talking like Dragon Ball Z and shit, but like, you know, you can't really calculate anime time because obviously it changes from like scene to scene and whatnot, and like you never really have a clear indication as to how long things are taking. But let's say that it took like, I don't know, another 5 seconds for the no moves to get through the portal and then for Endeavor to start fighting them, right? So that's 10 seconds. In fact, no, so yeah, you take off 5 seconds because obviously Endeavor, like, All Might was still there when Endeavor said, this is having stress on my quirk. So technically he was only using his quirk for like 20 seconds, 25 seconds, and it's already giving him stress. So so Endeavor can't use that power for very long then. I wonder if the fact that he keeps like himself burning, like, because he seems to do that for an aesthetic thing, like if that is a bad idea in the long run, like if he can only like use it for so long, surely it's better to keep it off until you're actually using it instead of keeping it on all the time for an aesthetic look. But it's interesting. Maybe there's something like bigger at play with like the whole idea that he has stress on his quirk. But I don't know. It's just I just wrote those down because I thought it was interesting that like Endeavor had only been fighting for like at most 25 seconds, and yet he's getting stress on his quirk already. You know, like that is not long at all. Yeah, so we've got Best Jeanist's fucking like quirk name, which is just Fiber Master, but he got shot straight through the fucking sternum, like through his stomach. I don't know if he's dead or not. Like the white left his eye. Like, you know what I mean? Well, his eyes turned white, like pure white. Like, did he die? I love how he fucking got. I love how he used the other heroes' clothes to like drag them away. Though that was great. So does he have some kind? He must have like. He must be able to just control Fiber from anywhere then. Like, he probably doesn't need to be... He mustn't be able to, like, be attached... Like, need to be attached to it or anything. He can just control Fibers within a certain radius, I guess. But I love how he pulled them away. I love how he used it to, like, prop himself up. Kind of reminds me of when, fucking, what do you call it? Is it Moonfish? That guy, when he used like his teeth to like prop himself up, because obviously he was in a straitjacket, so he couldn't use his arms. But I just love the fact that like he's probably weak from the arms, like, you know, from like the explosion. Like his arms probably don't work very well, maybe broken or whatever. So he just propped himself up. I like how he did that. And yeah, I don't know if he's dead or not. Fucking Jesus. It's I don't know what. I don't know what. Hold on. I need to look up like what disposition, because okay, right, yeah. So it's a person's inherent qualities of mind and character, because All for One said, you know, oh, there's no point taking your quirk because it wouldn't work well with Tomura's disposition. Wouldn't work well with his qualities of mind and character. Like, so I guess, like, obviously according to, I don't know, what's he thinking? Is he thinking about, like, Shigaraki's, like, he's not there to capture, he's there to kill. So, you know, something as, like, something like a quirk like Fiber Master is, like, it's not, you know, that's not going to kill anybody. I mean, I guess you could, like, strangle someone with it, and I guess if you, well, the Fibers, I guess. So, like, you know, they're pretty fucking strong. I guess you could probably decapitate someone if you threw it around the neck and fucking yanked it. But, you know, yeah, interesting. I love for the split second when the kids were behind the wall, and it's specifically focused on Ida and Momo, because those two are the ones with the clear character development over the course of season 2. So, you know, obviously it was like Momo was about focus, because obviously she struggled to think quick on her feet, you know what I mean, and she was, you know, thinking about focus, you know what I mean. She lost it all in that moment. Obviously she had all that because at the sports festival, like, Tokoyami, like, you know, pretty much decimated her because she couldn't think fast on her feet, and it, like, give her low confidence. So, you know what I mean, she reverted back to that for a second. I love how it focused on her for that. And Ida, obviously, with the whole stain thing, and that, you know, he was like he made an error, and he's trying to uphold like the semblance of you know, listening to the higher up saying, look, this isn't your place, you know what I mean. Like, while I disagree with it, you know what I mean, I've said before, like, I do like how Ida is sticking to that, you know what I mean, because that makes it more like interesting at that point. Like, people having different ideologies and stuff, it makes it, like, more interesting, you know what I mean. And because of that, the rescue operation ended up being, like, had to be thought out in a way that would not involve any combat, you know what I mean. So it was good. I liked it. That animation, you know what I mean, of Batgirl literally just fucking, he's like hands to the it reminds me of, like, he's reminded me of Iron Man before, like it was in episode 5 of season 2 or 4, where he's because it's during the cavalry battle, and he like, it's the first time where he gets up out of his fucking like off the top of his horses, obviously, and he like literally shoots up like a jet towards Deku and that, right? And it's like, holy shit, fucking hell, it's like Iron Man. It's like he's flying. But in this episode, like, you saw him actually take off, but like he puts his hand towards the floor like Iron Man does, right? And he just explodes it. And I love the animation of him like flying through. Like, it's just great, man. It's great. You know what I mean? And Batgirl like grabbing the guy's hand and like grabbing Kirishima's hand and stuff in midair and fucking, you know what I mean, smiling. It's fucking hell, man. It's nice, man. Like, you know, you guys know I've loved Batgirl for like this whole series, and you know, his sort of his like he doesn't emote a lot. On the surface, you can kind of look at him as like one-dimensional, and a lot of people do, and obviously they just see like the angry fucking bully kid, and that's what they see, and it's easy to see that. But like, even if you know if you know Batgirl on a deeper level, like, he's still, when he shows emotion, it's very slight, and it's quite it can go under the radar a lot of the time. You know what I mean? And like, that straight up smile, you know what I mean, is a big sort of step, and it's nice to see it. It's nice to see that. Like, it's nice to see him open up for a split second. You know what I mean? It's nice to see that. And I'm just fucking hell, like, it's just great. It's good. I love this, man. I love this series so much. Fucking hell. Yeah, so that's it. That's all I've got. Like I said, this episode is without a doubt like in my top 3. Like, my top 3 is number 1 is season 2, episode 24, the Katsuki Batgirl origin one. Second one is this, and then the third one is Deku and Todoroki. Deku versus Todoroki. You know what I mean? And that doesn't put down, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, some people might point out, like, you know, other episodes, like, it's just like, it's not like to put down any of the other episodes, like, because, you know, there are so many episodes that are so on point and great, like, they are still fantastic. You know what I mean? I'm just pointing out these ones that have specific, like, feeling to them that just elevate them above the rest, and those are like my top 3. So yeah, that's all I've got. Oh my fucking god! Like, there was a mention, like, the before Shigaraki went in, like, he got obviously pushed back into the warp gate. His so-called, like, his father's hand, which I imagine is actually his real father's hand. I mean, I'm not too sure, but that's what he calls it, though, right? It fell off before he entered the portal. Now, I wonder if there's symbolism in it. I wonder if, like, at this point he, you know what I mean, because obviously it was almost like an emotional scene from the villain's side, right? Like, obviously Shigaraki fearing for All For One's life. I wonder if he has cast aside even his parents, and now, like, thinks of All For One as his father now. I just kind of wonder if, like, that's if there was symbolism in that, because this show tends to do that. I feel like there's a lot of very minute but very like interesting and very well placed symbolism in these and like in the show, and I feel like that might be one. You know what I mean? The idea that, you know, because beforehand, every time this hand got knocked off or anything, Shigaraki was so distraught and he hated it. But I wonder if because it's off now, and obviously it's not like he doesn't have it anymore. Like, I don't feel like he's going to get it back. I wonder if that was him like shedding his last sort of almost his last shed of like possible humanity that he ever had, and now it's just simply all for one, and that's all that really matters to him. But we'll see. For like for how much happened in this episode, I actually was not mad about the cliffhanger. Like, because I think like I'll probably put it in the video. Obviously, I have to cut it down, but I'll probably put it in the video. Like, I don't know how far through the episode I actually was when I said it, but because the like normally the halfway point, right, when they bring up like they brought up All Might and All For One in the mid card thing, right? I think the mid card was a bit earlier than it normally is. So in my mind, the episode was going by, and I was like, shit, this is gonna fucking end really soon. And then like there was still like another like a whole 5 minutes left. So I got more than I thought I was going to. So I'm not actually mad about the cliffhanger. But I still am fucking anxious for the next one though. It's gonna be insane. So yeah, that's all I've got. So thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.